Again, make sure you're checking your grade book. If you have any zeros, get those submitted. If they're late, late credit is much better, much better than a zero. You can see the big change. And if you wait too long, like by the time we go into another project, if you're waiting too long, the credit gets down to the point where you're going to get a zero no matter what. So go back and make sure you're on task. All right, so the two things we're doing today, we are going to do the whole class charter activity. It's an echo assignment. And then we're going to give you, we're going to go over the letter to yourself assignment. I'm going to give you the rest of class for that. So I'm going to say the whole class charter activity will take about 10 minutes. And then the letter to yourself will go over the instructions for 5 minutes. So in the long run, you're going to have over an hour to write for our class time to write your letter. Now your letter, I put the due date as I will be grading them on Wednesday. So they are due by Wednesday, probably by the beginning of our class time. Okay, so like 10 o'clock. Now I think the actual due date's the end of class on Wednesday, but I'm probably going to put zeros in at the kind of after the end of the class period. Okay, so long story short, you got until Wednesday to get these submitted because sometimes you are a little bit slower with writing. That's okay, and that's kind of giving you extended time. So if you get extended time, that's your opportunity to make sure you have plenty of time to get this done, because most people will get it done today and it's kind of due today in class. But I'm giving everybody, because we're doing distance learning, we're figuring it out. People have extended time. I'm going to give you 2 class periods. Long story short. So let's look at, and I'm going to go to my student view. And let's look at this charter activity. So we talked about in this project that we need to come up with a whole class charter, okay? And actually, I'm going to go back to teacher. We're going to look at the our knows and need to knows really quick. I want to update those. So if we go down into our project here and we do the finished entry doc first project world studies, I can look at this and we can scroll down and say, okay, what are our need to knows that we have left? So it says, what is a charter and how do I write one? So today we're going to kind of do a fun little collaborative activity where we're all going to be on a document at the same time, writing next to our names, making this charter, coming up with this agreement. And you're going to be able to talk about how is distance learning working, what are the procedures for world studies, what are our expectations at OAA and world studies, what are our norms. All that is going to be covered today. Okay, we're going to do that first, and then we're going to go and write our letter. And after today, we'll be done with this project, ready to go on to our next project. So go with me to the charter activity. And this is where I can stay in teacher mode, that's fine. So you're going to go to whole class charter activity. Okay, so open that up, whole class charter activity. It's in that same folder, that same project folder we've been in. Looks like this, whole class charter activity. So for this activity, you will be working together as a class, okay? And there's a lot of people in this class. Right now we should have, 40 plus people logged in, ready to go to be on this document. So it's going to kind of be interesting. First time I've ever done this, I think it'll be okay. We'll see. And what you're going to do is we will create a class charter that includes our okay. This will be the first collaboration grade. Forgot to say this. First collaboration grade. So it's very important that you make sure you complete this assignment. It's an easy assignment. As long as you're following instructions, doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to get full credit for this. It's kind of a fun way to come together, okay? We will create a class charter that includes our expectations, procedures, norms, and a positive message to the class. You will not submit anything for this assignment, okay? I'm going to look at the Google Doc that we're all working on, and I'm going to see where you put information in, okay? But you will need to add information to the document listed below next to your name. Now, here's the deal. What I'm going to say is it is really important that you are only editing your section. So go ahead and open the document. And everybody should be jumping in the document. Don't do anything to the document right now. Just open the document and wait, okay? Because we're going to look at the top of the document first. Before you scroll looking for your name, just wait, okay? Just stay at the top of the document. So I'm going to let it load for a little bit. Let everybody get clicked on it and logged in. Again, please just go to the top of the document. Don't edit anything. Don't do anything yet. Okay? All right, I'm starting to see everybody on the document. That's good. Okay, so again, don't edit anything yet. So number one is in the lines next to your name, you're going to do the following two things. Okay? Next to your name in line one, you're going to write a procedure, expectation, norm, or something you've learned about this class. You can pull from any of the following, okay? So Archie or Jaden, whoever's highlighting all that, you don't need to highlight that right now. Just leave it be. But you can pull from the World Studies rubric, which is on our landing page. I didn't put a link in here because I want you to go back and I'm sorry, I put rubric, but it should say syllabus. Sorry. All right, World Studies syllabus, which is in that first project. You can go back and find that. The freshman rubric, the whole school norms, which is also in that first project. So you got to go back and look for these things. And anything we talked about in class concerning ECHO, school-wide learning outcomes, or project-based learning. So if you want to talk about one of the things that we do in this class is getting a list of knows and need to knows, or that the teacher is a facilitator, or knowledge and thinking is the largest grade percentage, or in ECHO we have to make sure to hit the submit button, or one of the whole school norms are trust, respect, responsibility, or freshman rubric. One of the school-wide learning outcomes is that we collaborate and work together, or the World Study syllabus says that if we turn things in one day late or every day late, it's 10% off. So lots of options here for number one. And all I need is one thing from you. And we're going to get people that repeat things. That's okay. Don't copy and paste someone else's exact response. Like, be original and do your own. But you don't have to look through and make sure no one else put what you put. Okay, and I'll repeat that. It's okay if we repeat a little bit. Just, find your line, answer what you got, and we'll go from there. The second line is one sentence or maybe two sentences. Don't write a paragraph here. It doesn't need to be really long. Write a positive message to the class concerning this school year and this class. Okay, so you can say something like, I can't wait to meet you guys. I'm really excited for this year. You can write, I hope everyone does really well. I hope we get along. You can write, if you need any help, I'm really good at history. I'm really good at English. You can, whatever you want to write on that line, as long as it's positive, and it's respectful of one another. That's that collaboration part. You're going to be good to go. So I'm going to set a timer for about, let's say 7 minutes, which should be plenty of time to get this done. And then we're going to move on. All right, ready, set, go. So remember, find your name and then write on that line. Also, do not erase anyone else's work, okay? Be very careful as you're typing on this document not to erase people's work. I can go back and see what you've done, but just make sure you're doing that.
It won't let me get on it at all.
It won't let you open the document?
Well, I'm on it. It just doesn't have for everybody's typing and stuff.
Can you find your name?
Yeah, I found my name.
And it won't let you click into that?
No, it won't. Here, I'll restart the thing. Keep clicking and it won't let me type.
Okay, who am I speaking with?
Leonard.
Leonard. Go ahead and go into the Dropbox in Echo and type what you're going to submit to that document. Just put number 1, type what you put, and then put number 2 and type it and submit it to the Dropbox. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, I can.
And if anyone else is having that same issue, you can do the same thing. But it looks like most people are able to type into the document. So good deal. So seeing a lot of positivity, liking that. If you, for some reason, weren't able to write into the actual document, remember you can go and write it in the Dropbox. And I gave you all about just shy of 10 minutes. That should have been plenty of time. But I'm going to move on so that you guys can have plenty of time to work on your letter. So if you are not finished, kind of put a pin in this, come right back to it, and let's head over and look at the letter together. And even if you finish the letter, because I gave you that option, go ahead and start working on it. Today is a great day to look back over and say, did I do everything that Mr. Richard is expecting me to do on this letter? So looking at the assignment, you are to write a letter to your future self, utilizing appropriate letter writing strategies as covered in class. Your letter needs to address your current mindset, hopes, goals, and fears, or hopes and fears and goals, whatever, you know what I'm saying, concerning your time at OIA. Your letter will be graded as follows. So this is kind of a very simplified rubric. I don't really actually give you different options. I'm just saying if you do these things, you get full credit. So trying to keep it simple for you all at the beginning here. So the first one is 5 points for written communication. This is your first written communication grade. So it's very important that you try on this and you do what is expected of you, okay? Because that's 25% of your grade, a large percentage of your grade. So 5 points written communication. If you use correct capitalization, punctuation, and correct grammar. Okay, so make sure that you.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Try tapping.
Siri. Make sure that you are attempting to do your best with capitalization, punctuation, and correct grammar. Again, this is an assessment, kind of a pre-test to see how you all are doing with that. And that'll kind of affect our grammar work later on in this semester in a couple of weeks whenever we start No Red Ink. This will kind of say, do I need to start with capitalization, punctuation? Where do we need to be? So you need to do your best with that. If you are just ignoring capitalization rules like the beginning of sentences, pronouns, if your names, that is, name of our school, punctuation, periods and ends of sentences. If you ask a question to your future self, are you putting a question mark? Correct grammar, or using the right form of words and things like that. So make sure you're doing your best with that. If it's clear that there's zero effort put into that, you'll lose points. The second thing, 5 points for written communication for each paragraph should have a minimum of 4 sentences, okay? Most of you will write more than 4 sentences, but a minimum of 4 sentences per paragraph. Paragraph should focus on the prompt of writing concerning your current mindset, hopes, goals, and fears concerning your time at OIA. So one paragraph for mindset, one paragraph for hopes and fears, and one paragraph for goals. I kind of mix the words up there. I'll fix that, but 3 paragraphs. And I put it the right way in the bottom. So remember we talked about this yesterday in a workshop, that the first sentence should be your key topic sentence. Your second should develop your main idea. The third should be support or evidence. And then finally, a summary of your overall main points. Okay. So if you're doing that, you should have no problem getting 4 sentences. 5 points for knowledge and thinking, letter format. Okay. Including all of these. Now, I did link that example letter there for you. So you can open that letter. Obviously, do not copy and paste from the letter. Do not write what that fake student wrote. But that can help you to see and how to structure your format. Okay. Like how to do the heading or address. So that's at the top to the left. You have your address, so you can copy and kind of like do the same system that they're doing. And then a greeting / salutation, meaning like, dear future self, or dear Susie Suserson, or whatever your name is. Say, a greeting salutation. The introduction paragraph, 3 body paragraphs. So one paragraph's mindset, one's hopes and fears, and one is goals, and then a conclusion. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs between these three. Where these 3 paragraphs, that's 5 paragraphs. So if you don't have 5 paragraphs, you're going to lose points on knowledge and thinking and written communication. So make sure you have 5 paragraphs. And then an ending salutation, meaning like thank you or good luck or can't wait to meet you, comma, and then your name. Okay. The font should be Times New Roman, and the font size should be 12. There is no required length on like how many pages or if it should be a full page. The requirement is 5 paragraphs, with each paragraph having a minimum of 4 sentences. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So how to create / submit your letter. And everyone can go and do this right now, and your letter will be automatically submitted. Okay. So click on and this is what we did yesterday, but I put in instructions again to make sure you all know. Click on the create an attachment from template that can be found below the Dropbox. It'll be right down here. Okay. Then you hit the submit my work button below the Dropbox. That will turn in the assignment. However, you can still edit the Google Doc and write your letter. So once you hit that submit my work, you can still go to the Google Doc and write your letter. But this just makes sure that you get it submitted the right way, and you're not worried about, did I submit that or not? Okay. And if you want to open it, you're going to go to that little, it looks like this right here. You're going to go to that little button right there, hit that, and that will open the Google document that you just created, and then you can write your letter. It's just a blank Google Doc, okay? But you're going to go in and write the letter. You can now write your letter in the Google Doc you just opened, and it will already be submitted to Echo. If you're confused, please watch this video, or if you're confused, jump back into the Google Meet, and we can have a conversation about that, okay? The biggest thing I'm going to leave you with is look at this example letter, okay? That helps you to really see what the letter is supposed to look like so you can get your formatting right. Make sure you're doing introduction and then 3 paragraphs covering mindset, hopes, fears, goals. Use the brainstorming that you did from yesterday to write your letter, okay? That'll help you. And then your conclusion. So I'm going to leave you with that. You guys can get started. I will be in the Google Meet if you need help. Let's get it done. Make sure you create an attachment from template, get it submitted.
Got a question. You want us to put our own address, or what address do you want us to put?
Yes, just put your own address. I'm the only one that will see this, and then you whenever I give it back to you someday. So put your own address. Yes.
So some assignments that I have, it says that they're past due, but they have a check on them. So does that mean that they're good?
If you go to the grade book and there is no 0, you're good.
Okay.
If there's no 0 in the grade book, you're good to go. Yeah, sorry. Echo gets a little excited about like making you click on things, and sometimes you don't have to click on it. It's all about the grade book, and if you have 0s, you know you haven't done it yet.
What'd you say?
One student popped in and asked if they have something on their Echo that says like past due and it doesn't have a check mark, should they be concerned? And I said, you need to be concerned if there is a 0 in the grade book. Thank you.
Okay, so the brainstorm for later is supposed to be done today.
The brainstorm was supposed to be done yesterday. Do I have the date wrong on that?
I don't know. I just didn't finish it. I had to finish the last one.
Okay, so go back and do the brainstorming first. Do you know what to do on the brainstorming?
Yeah.
Okay, do the brainstorming first and then write your letter. And you have until tomorrow to have the letter done, so you can work on it tomorrow during class as well, since we don't have official classes on Wednesdays.
Okay, tomorrow what time?
So it will be. I will put a 0 in for the letter, and it will be considered late after class, so 11:30.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But I would use your time now to get it done, because we still have an hour left in this class. That goes for everybody. Yes, you are dismissed. Someone asked if we're dismissed. You are dismissed to go and work on your letter. Pop back in if you have questions.